Well, that's an interesting victory lap. Sure didn't expect that. And that sucked. Doesn't matter. This game didn't matter. We weren't really Bruins fans for this game so much as we were Hurricanes fans. That's just the way it has to be. But anyway, I guess Bruins fans, it is time to get out for the 65th time of the NHL season in a 5-4 victory lap around the Montreal Canadiens. Welcome back to Into the Den. And you know what? Yeah. Next season, this will be called the Bruins Breakdown, and I want to leave it up to you guys in the comments. And by the way, like, comment, and subscribe. I want to leave it up to you guys in the comments whether I should retroactively rename every single episode to the start of every single episode to Bruins Breakdown, or keep it as Into the Den. I want to leave that up to you guys. But in any case, sorry. I gotta say, even though this game was a shit show from puck drop to final buzzer, it feels good. It feels good to beat Montreal. It just feels good to beat Montreal, especially after you've just ripped from them the title of most points in a season. Now, this game did not need to involve many of the big guys. I think everybody can agree on that. This game did not need to involve anybody on the top line. It did not need to involve many people in the middle six. It might have needed to involve some of the guys on the bottom line, but ultimately, I do not think that we needed to have the entire normal lineup for tonight. Literally, the only difference in this of this lineup is that Nosek was out. I think rehabbing some sort of injury that he suffered against Washington. But Nosek is out, so Lauko is in. And Ullmark wasn't going to be playing this game anyway, so Brandon Bussi, you're back up into the backup role. But let's be honest, this game didn't really mean much. So screw it. Let's go over the goals right now. Let's just go over them. I will say, throughout this game, Bruins penalty kill. Oh boy. You fooled me for a second. You almost made me think that we were good, but no. You turned back to liquid doo-doo the moment the pressure's off of a good competitive team. Pretty early on into the game, the Habs end up bum rushing the goal. Lucas Condata, UMass Lowell alum, ends up getting the goal on his first touch of the puck in the NHL. Congratulations, Lucas. Honestly, that's that is something that I want to know. Has that ever happened before? Or has someone's first goal in the NHL been a one-timer, and it was the first time that they had ever touched the puck? I want to know that. I want to know. Or is this just the first time that this has happened? I don't know. There's a lot of first goals in the NHL, and a lot of them probably don't have that sort of puck tracking. So I don't think so. Anyway, for the first part of the first period, like the first half of the first period, the Habs are commanding this game, and it really doesn't help that the first thing that happens in the game, majorly, is Swayman slings it up into the net. It's a routine in board ring around, but he just puts a little bit too much under it, and he ends up triggering a delay of game penalty. So Bertuzzi's in the net. Sorry, not the net, the box. Thanks. Bertuzzi's in the box. Honestly, that's completely fine. Bertuzzi's not great on the penalty kill anyway. Bruins end up killing it off anyway, so doesn't matter. Doesn't freaking matter. Anyway, Pasta with a really, really good shift. I gotta say, Pasternak in this game had pretty good puck handling. I think honestly, nobody in this game had as good puck handling as Coyle. Coyle was electric with the puck. He was, and honestly, I think that he was our best player. He was our best player without a doubt. But Pasternak with the puck cuts back around the net, passes to Clifton, who's in open space, and Clifton just lays Frederick up for the tap in goal to tie the game at 1. A little bit later on, and Jake DeBrusk makes a really good defensive play. He's pushing the puck against the boards, then squirting it out to the neutral zone for Marchand. Marchand ends up and takes the puck. I think he tries to shoot, but it goes off a defenseman's skate. Jake collects the puck and with a really, really sharp angle. I don't know. Maybe he hit the maybe he hit Sam Montembeau's skate in here. Bruins go up 2-1 on this one, and this actually ends up tying Jake's career high of 27 goals in the season, which honestly fantastic. DeBrusk definitely was one of the most improved players from last year to this year. Now the title of most improved obviously goes to either Foligno or Frederick, but I think honestly Jake DeBrusk is a solid third option there. But the Bruins get a very, very good scoring opportunity. Not only does Rem Pitlick end up going for tripping Tyler Bertuzzi, Habs end up killing that one, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Joel Edmondson and Chris Weidman. Joel Edmondson and Chris Weidman. They both go to the box. Edmondson for delay of game for shooting it up and over, and Chris Weidman for cross checking. You have to score here. You have to score. They both go at the same time. You get the full 2 minutes of a 5-on-3. Come on. You have to score. What do you mean they didn't score? Clifton ends up going for cross checking with 12 seconds left in the period. Bergeron, in what could possibly be the last game of his professional, the last regular season game, the last game of his professional career against in the Bell Center, he ends up getting taken out early in the second period for precautionary measures. Additionally, with an upper body injury. I think honestly he's fine. But still, I don't understand why he was. Actually, no. I understand why he was here. He's there. He's there by principle. Because fuck the Habs. Fuck the Bleu Blanc et Rouge. But the entire rest of the main roster, I don't understand. Why did we have? I don't understand why we didn't just, I don't know, leave. And by the look of this game, you might be saying, well, that's why. By the look of how the game actually turned out, you might be saying, well, that's why we took the big guys and didn't showcase the little guys. No, here's the thing. Honestly, I don't care about this game. Nobody should care about this game. This game didn't matter. Nobody really should have paid attention to this game outside of just rivalry stuff. I think honestly, because like I said, pretty much all of us became Carolina fans because Sorokin is a goalie that can backstop a team into deep into the playoffs, and we don't want to face that just yet. We want to face. We want momentum going to the playoffs. We want to sweep. We want to freaking sweep Florida, because God knows that we can, and have a decent amount of rest going into the second round. That is my take. But but honestly, even still, we could because our place was already set. We could just, I don't know. There's you could have rested a few guys, brought up players like Steen, like I don't know, like Johnny Beecher, or freaking maybe you bring up Mason Lorai, or someone, maybe Lysell, Kopanen. There are people you can bring up. Hell, bring up Georgi Merkulov. Bring up Merkulov. The dude ranked second in the entire AHL this season in points scored among rookies. I think honestly, the kid deserves some time. The kid deserves some time in the bigs. Doesn't matter. That's Bergeron's thing. Bergeron's gonna be fine for. Bergeron is easily gonna be fine for the first round. I don't have any doubts that Bergeron's gonna be fine. Jake DeBrusk ends up going for tripping. Bruins killed it fantastically because it was the last minute 11 of it is spent on a 4-on-4 because Rem Pitlick ends up going for hooking. Rem Pitlick really likes spending time in the penalty box, doesn't he? But with 8 seconds left of the 4-on-4, Nick Suzuki bats the puck out of the net, and he bats the puck out of the air and short sides Swayman. Honestly, I don't blame Swayman. That is a really tough goal to save, and that ties the game at 2. Now, that's not really a goal that I can blame Swayman for. This next goal, everybody knows that Swayman is to blame here. Now, I have a feeling that a decent amount of my following also watches Steve Dangle. I mean, Steve inspired this. Steve inspired this series. Yes. There's no doubt about the Steve Dangle the Steve Dangle influence over this series. In fact, I had my own hat guy for a little bit. And I retired it because I realized, oh shoot, I'm really just ripping him off. But this is something. This is not just. This is Steve's catchphrase. I think that we all know that what to say here. If you're a goaltender, tend the goal. There is no reason for Swayman to be that far out of the crease, even if if the goal wasn't there. Why the hell is he out that far to cut off Rem Pitlick? Just do I need to hook you up to bungee cords and hook them onto your hips so that you do not wonder? Why? Why does this happen? You know, honestly, considering everything that happened in this game, in this season, with the Bruins, I genuinely did not think that we were going to end up like on dang it's like this. And I know. It's the end of the regular season. It's the end of the regular season. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I am pausing. I paused in the middle of that to show you this notification on my phone. It will not focus. There we go. It says that the Habs beat the Bruins. I mean, it sure felt like it for a little bit, but jeez. Oh yeah, the goal. The if you're a goaltender, time the goal. Well, I did not expect that the Bruins were gonna end up on dang it's like this, but damn, it actually happened. And Pitlick wrestles the puck. Pitlick moves the puck away from Swayman, and he centers the puck for Pizzetta. Honestly, completely unnecessary. He could have just tucked it in himself. But no, he centered the puck for Pizzetta, and Pizzetta scores as an empty net goal. 3-2 Habs. And Boston kind of turtles a little bit until near the end of the second period. The Bruins get a fantastic shift on defense, on offense. And it's Montreal gets completely lost. Jacob Lauko, God bless his soul. I think, honestly, considering how many pieces are probably gonna be gone in the offseason, and Lauko is bound to make these the opening night roster or next season. I think, honestly, you can count on Lauko potentially either Kopanen or Merkulov on making the opening night roster. Anyway, Lauko, he passes to Orlov, and Orlov top shelves it he top shelves it so hard that the net jumps off its peg, jumps on its pegs. It almost comes dislodged, but it comes back down, and just insane top shelf shot from Orlov. Anyway, would you believe me if I told you the Bruins end up giving up a shorthanded goal? Michael Pizzetta ends up going for a high sticking right off the faceoff, and a minute later the Bruins play way too far up, and the Habs get a really strong rush. Justin Barron is wide open up the middle and beats Swayman in his glove side shorthanded. That is 4-3. But hold your breath, because a little bit later Coyle just Greer pushes as hard as he can into the offensive zone. Fantastic shift from him. He turns around. He sees Orlov coming. He passes the puck to him. Orlov dekes around the defense and backhands it over. Montembeault 4-4 game. And then Joel Edmondson and AJ Greer go at each other. 5 minutes each for fighting. And then Bruins end up with a 5-4 goal. Orlov and Burt play catch with each other. Just Orlov passes to Bertuzzi. Burt passes it back to Orlov. Orlov sees Pasternak on the back door. Which, by the way, Sam Montembeault's back door is so wide open you can fit an entire 2x4 through that. And somehow this was the only goal that the Bruins scored that actually no, the Frederick goal that exploited it. But this was one of the only goals the Bruins scored this game that actually exploited it. 5-4 game. 5-4 Bruins. And around the final 4-150 final five of the season, the Bruins fans hear the fantastic news that Carolina has beaten Florida and so the Bruins will face Florida in the first round of the playoffs. During the Habs timeout, Jack Edwards just spends this time rattling off every single stat that the Bruins are first in or second in the entire NHL. Just first in wins, first in first period goal difference, all of the he just goes down the entire line. It is incredible. And you know what? Cheers, Jack. So, that is 65 wins on the season. 65 wins. 135 points. The most in a single season in NHL history. You boys have made in history. Don't fuck it up in the playoffs. Do not pull a 2018-19 Lightning. If you do, God help us. Nobody will let us live it down. And more importantly, this might be Bergeron and Krejci's last run. Give them everything they need. channel update. The playoff video that I've been teasing pretty much since the Bruins made the playoffs, that's not happening anymore. That's not happening anymore. I realized that it just did not really fit my interest right now. So, instead, I am testing my editing prowess. I am testing my rudimentary editing prowess. I'm going to make a hype video. I'm going to make a hype video for the Bruins playoffs. And the song I'm choosing is going to be Family Ties by Baby Keem and Kendrick Lamar. And you know what? I'm gonna need a lot of these over the next few days. These Java monsters, they go freaking hard. But that is gonna be it for Into the Den tonight and for the regular season. Here is to a fantastic regular season, everyone. Grippa IPA from Cisco Brewers on Nantucket. Fantastic IPA. You should try it at some point. Grapefruit. It's amazing. Anyway. I will see you guys whenever we end up getting whenever I end up actually uploading that hype video, which I am going to try and make it to the I'm going to try and upload it before puck drop on Monday. Excuse me. Have a good weekend, everyone. Have a good weekend. Take this time to de-stress. Just clear your head for the playoffs. Go Bees! Go Bruins.